speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He was brought down.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
From the gun on third down, gone. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Give to Cook out of the gun. And some nice running, going to get him down close to a first down at the Rams 24. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
At the 6-yard line.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll run with Cook. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Pickup of 2. Brings up
Cook on the toss left.
At the 4-yard line.
He was trying to turn the corner, but he will go nowhere.
Ball carrier.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Well, Aaron Donald just so strong they can't block him, and he records the sack. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. And his kick here is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground, because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense, because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee, as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
On 2nd and 9, Goff, and he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
9 yards to go.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Goff. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. A Ram first down as Goff finds Cup. They'll run on first down with Akers. He finds an opening past the 40. And he's got room. And down to the 7-yard line.
The ball carrier.
A huge play that time for the Rams. 64 yards. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now, because is he rewarding himself for a great run, or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll run this with Akers. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Yannick Ngakoue on the tackle.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Vikings 3, Rams nothing.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun. Goff. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline, they get him behind the goal line. Cook goes down for a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. After the interception, here's Goff. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running things start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Going up top for Cup. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner. I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. The running there is Cook, but no lane to be found as they'll stop him behind the line.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, it's Haskins. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. On play action, Haskins. Got an open man, followed in Jefferson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now a run with Cook. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
That's a gain of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big deal.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there and went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now a run with Akers. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line.
Tackle made at his 48-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
The Rams on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun, here's Goff. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Now Haskins on 1st down. He's going to air one out. This one's tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 44. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Touchdown,
Jared Goff with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Rams are now just a 2-point conversion away from tying this thing up. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And he missed it. No good. This is going to remain a 2-point game after that one. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this carries into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
On 1st down, Akers. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
He was covered.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Goff. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time,
They've got his man complete. Pass the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 84 yards. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown.
Well, this is exactly what I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on third. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Micah Hyde able to get a hand in and knock that one away.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And taken right on the 30. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10.
Their own 39-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get to field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you put multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Haskins looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
On second down, Cook. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his third touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Callaway on the return. The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And their halftime hold now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
And it brings up third down.
To throw, Goff. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on first and 10. Cook. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a second and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 41, Haskins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 43. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. They run the counter with Cook. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Cook on the first down carry there as he works his way forward for a gain of about 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And he finds Daniels. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 10-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to pour it on. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
2nd and 11 at the 41. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Third and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Gone. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And it's 4th down.
to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Johnny Hacker now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Fielded just inside the 20. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 44-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further as they get him down well short of the line to gain.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Second and 7 at the 23-yard line.
They'll go again here with Akers. And some room to work. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
11 at the 45-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff. They'll throw complete to Cam Akers. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
To Cam Akers.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he will not be able to hang on to the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming. let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Akers. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Going right back to Akers. And a short gain down to about the 33. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll run on 1st down. Akers. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled the run responsibilities correctly this time. When we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Minnesota, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.